It's fine. So this is my speech, and here's the audience. David, Lisa, and Layman, Claire, Mom, Gary, Janet, Osa, Daniela from Slovakia, and Nora. Okay. From July 5th to July 17th, I attended a leadership program with a focus on journalism and mass communications. This conference was NSLC. Going into the program, I had no idea what to expect. What I found was knowledge, important learning tools, confidence, and friendship. I also participated in a speech class where I learned the tools necessary to compose, prepare, and present in front of a crowd. What I learned in that class will help me through speaking projects throughout my life. Communication is important in all aspects of life. What would the world be without daily reports, breaking news, or the monthly magazines that are read across the nation about everything from politics to fashion? What I learned at NSLC is that it takes more than communication to keep the world running smoothly. It takes specific, effective communication skills to format and deliver the information that the world feeds on daily. The job of catering news to the masses falls on journalists. The list of job requirements for journalists is endless. They must be a people person, be credible, have an extensive understanding of any topic the job may ask for, and overall, be willing to sacrifice their own time, money, and life to expose and inform the public the uncensored, unbiased truth. In an exercise that the NSLC group did, we learned the hectic nature of breaking news. This exercise showed why journalists must be flexible, quick, and diligent workers. Split up into groups, we were told that we had 2 hours to report on a breaking news story, a disaster in the Gulf Coast. Panic seemed to overtake each group as we all tried to organize ourselves enough to attend the press release from the oil company, the people of New Orleans, the Coast Guard, and the government of Louisiana, all happening simultaneously. We were required to create a news broadcast with live footage from each press release and a full written news story including important quotes. These both had to be completed and posted online within the 2-hour time limit. And to add to the pressure, each group of 15 people were pitted against each other as competing news stations, fighting to be the most credible and the most informative. Precious time got wasted designating positions for each person to ensure that the job got done in its entirety. Arguments and conflict arose quickly, slowing down our process. 30 minutes into the game, we figured out the secret lesson behind the stressful experience: teamwork. Teamwork was needed to hold together the writers and videographers and coalesce the stories to maintain the same quality of information. Teamwork was needed to transmit new information that we learned as the night progressed. Teamwork was the key aspect that enabled our group to finish. And what would teamwork be without effective communication? Meeting new people and becoming comfortable with complete strangers was another life skill that NSLC and my speech class taught me. Building relationships with people is something that everyone must learn. This is especially important in the field of journalism. As a journalist, one must be able to talk to strangers and make them feel comfortable enough to expose their genuine feelings about a subject. Without this skill, there would be no journalism. There is truly an art to building professional and personal relationships with a client. On the first day of my speech class, the 5 of us had what we supposed was free time in our first 10 minutes to talk amongst ourselves as our teacher, Miss Menke-Fish, left the classroom to speak to a colleague of hers. What we found out, however, was that this was a pre-assessment of our ability to learn about others and form relationships. When Miss Menke-Fish returned to the class and asked us what we had all learned about our new classmates, we remained silent. Then she dropped the bomb on us. We were required to make a 2-minute speech about a person that we had talked to. All of us were dumbfounded and looked around to see who would be the first to fail. I took a deep breath and went for it, knowing that it had to be done sometime. Up in front of the class, I told all the information and stories that I had learned from my conversation with the guy named Alex. Surprisingly, NSLC had already taught me more about being an outgoing, inquisitive person than I had previously thought. And yet again, effective communication was the key to success. I used communication skills while engaging in Conversation 101 and while doing my impromptu speech in front of multiple people. Learning about people and their stories is something that I want to do for a living. The media tells us that journalism is dead, but at NSLC, we, like all good journalists, looked at the facts. Now, more than ever, People have the opportunity to get their opinion and story out there via internet, blogs, and videos. And with this new technology comes the responsibility of credible reporting. The world demands information and deserves the truth. I'm hoping that by utilizing the skills and techniques that I learned through NSLC and Speech 101 to break into this field of such great importance, and know that it will take all of my recent training in ethics, communication, writing, video making, and leadership to make my dreams become a reality.